Welcome everyone. The topic, the analytical applications of Toposheets. The very important topic that analytical application of Toposheet is a very valid and important methodological observational practice in the geographical fields. Whatever the given the several questions that make a relationship between physical and cultural components, maybe a basic question has been given by the several activities. In fact, we use the topographical map as a basic map of landscape and the land use and their morality of land cover activities. In fact of views, here the schedule of the sheet has been decided to analyze the several kind of expectations with their relation by the varieties activities in our social and cultural components. At first, we have to know about the basic components of topographical maps as well as called in the geographical terms, that is relief. Relief is a basic function of the topographical maps here and there. Deciding such kinds of relief and their activities with their related to several identity of our landscape. The fact of views that river system, vegetations, applications, morphometric technique of vegetations, settlement activity, transport communication activity, all of the sections of activity has been completely correlated with the relief adjustment. The fact of views for the topo sheet, in fact, of the relief adjustment of morphometric activities, the work is named as a broad physiographic division. So, what is broad physiographic division? Broad physiographic division is one of the important techniques that identify you the basic classification of sheet with the several category of morphometric analysis. That may be a plateau region, maybe a plain region, maybe a several identities of the plane and morphometric dynamicism of the factor views of the several identities in the land and their variables. In factor views, at first you will just take a topo sheets and then you have to make a cross sections on the topologies, and the cross section should be taking a several properties as well as it should be a small to a vast a large contour that is established in the topo sheet. And the fact of views, the topo sheet have several kinds of contours, maybe 10 intervals of meters, maybe 20 intervals of meters, but you find out the smallest unit of the contour and the highest unit of the contour, and then you will just make a straggling there, make a section line to lowest to highest. Remember that if you think that if you connect the lowest and highest point of the topology, the line should be more about a maximum length, then you will just take a near about highest and near about lowest to make a section lines and create a profile. After complete of your profile, you will just taking with the complete abilities with the profile developments with their cross-sectional abilities. Then you will just draw the profile from highest and lowest value of contour, and you will make the significant value that which is the basic breakup point in the profile factors. In the sections that if you get that the 3 or 4 point is a breakup point, maybe breakup slope with the factor views, you also note the fact that this is the slope that is being defined as a breakup slope. That maybe whether you will get the lowest contour 20 meters, maybe 200 meters, maybe 400 meters, and the highest contour maybe 900, 600. The basic classification of broad physiography as a lower plane, upper plane, lower plateau, upper plateau, then hilly region. The factor views, that is the range of basic range, what we say in the factor section, that is less than 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700, 700 to 800, and greater than 800. The critical sections of the adjustment of physiographic division, that is less than 300 is defined as a plain region, 3 to 6 as a plateau region, greater than 600 as a hilly region, the high altitude. The fact of views that you will just mention the broad physiographic and make a profile, and you will identify the breakup point on that profile here. And if you think that the profile has been designed here, 300 is the breakup points, or there was a river and river making a breakup point, breakup slope there in the profile, then the actual points of the river break that may be 300, maybe 400. Then you will decide it yourself that 400 is your contour that divided the whole toposheet into two categories. If you get the two kinds of breakup point, I mean one is 300, one is 600, then you will make toposheets and divided the whole toposheet in the three category: less than 300, 3 to 600, greater than 600. And the factor view, remember that in sections of broad physiography, you have been decided the very proper identity of a one grid there. That may be 18.5 and 17.1. That is the measurement standard heights. It may be changed somewhere for the variabilities, but the factor views is the basic measurement of the grid of broad physiography. And the RF, whatever see, the reproductive factor is a very important matter here. 1 is to 50,000, but here it should be 1 is to 1.50,000. I mean 1,50,000 should be the metric sections of the RFA, because this is a 1/3 division of the topo sheet. You know the topo sheet have 9 grid, and each grid have a particular RF as a coordinate sheet here. But the factor views here, the whole RF should be 1 is to 50,000. Then it should be redacted for the 9 time. Then you will mention the root 9. Then the answer should be 3. Then 1 is to 50,000 with into 3, that will be defined as a 1 is to 1.50 lakh. That is defined as factor views, that is 1,50,000. 1 is to 1,50,000 should be the fractional RF for the broad physiographic division. This is the first sections of the identification of basic abilities of physiographic division here, divided by the topographical identity by the Survey of India. And factor views, in the second portion, you will just divide it the whole toposheet in a reverse system, the very important matters. Factor view, the reverse system is one of the important issues that is giving you the some morphometric technology as well as the technique used in the morphometric identity. In the factor view, the basic generational activities of the river identity. The first is drainage frequency, then drainage density, then stream ordering, at Houghton Stoller stream order, and then drainage patterns, and then Ragandex, and the basic application of drainage curve as a hypsometric measurement. I mean drainage hypsometric measurement, drainage altometric measurement. These are the 6 techniques has been divided as a drainage system to evaluate the proper identity of drainage network. Here you will just divide it in factor views. You will select a basin. Basin, what is the river basin? River basin, the very clarified answer of the river basin is that the one river with their substitute, with their resequent, with their off-sequent, and with the main stream with their subsequent and their deep stream has been designed for the actual location. I mean the source and their ending, the whole portion of the particular river and their subordinate river is being designed as aerial identifications is called basin. That's what the factor views, that a basin, you just decided a basin, and you will point out here that this is the basic applications that will make a grid of 2 semi by 2 semi as a 2 semi equal to 1 kilometer as the area of 1 is to 50,000 RF. And then you will just frequent the factor view, the frequency will just count the frequency of the drainage in particular grid and make it database as a grid number. I mean first real number, then grid number, then amount of river in particular grid, then area in kilometer square, and then drainage frequency. The formula of drainage frequency is the amount of drainage width divided by area of particular drainage locations. The answer should be drainage frequency, and make it contour in your isoplate way. That is the system of drainage frequency. As well as taking the length, you will get the drainage density, and then making an order, you will get the particular locations of the river volume in particular area. That is the close, that is the river system and relief system in topographical maps. Okay, thank you.